morning, everyone. As Josh said, I'm Nicolette Greenhouse. I'm the outreach coordinator for HGAC BY. And I'm going to take you through a really quick presentation on our program. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box during the meeting and someone will get to you. If you think of any questions afterwards, you can follow my hand this way. You can't really see it. There it is. We have our ProServe email, and you can call us at any time and we will be available to assist you. But let me go on. So HGAC BY, who are we? We are a nationwide cooperative purchasing program operated by the Houston-Galveston Area Council of Governments. It is very important that you remember the nationwide part. Just because we're in Houston doesn't mean you don't serve the whole nation. Just a couple of numbers. We've been doing this for 45 years, so we have quite a few members, over 8,000. We get new member emails daily of people joining, which we love. We have over 800 contractors. I think right now we're at a little over 1,200. We have 40 plus major contract categories, with contract categories being added as we see fit. And we have, in 2020, we did about 1.6 billion in total products purchased. We do that with the help of some really great programs. We have the NCPP, the Professional Association for Cooperative Procurement, NIGP, and NPI, just to name a couple that we're a part of. Let's move on to the most important part, which is our members. As you can see, like beside me, we cover all of these areas, all the way from state agencies to emergency medical services, which is what we're talking about today. So if you are any of these entities, you are qualified to be in our program. You can, if you look at that chat box, someone should be dropping a link for the ILC form. It's very easy to fill that out if you are not already a member. And please join us because, I mean, there are so many benefits, which I'll get to in a second. If you aren't sure if you're a member, you can also check our website. We have a link that will allow you to look up your membership status. Or if you are one of these programs beside me, part of one of these partnerships, beside me. So SACOG, the Sacramento Area Council of Governments, MARC, Mid-America Regional Council, BMC, the Baltimore Regional Cooperative Purchasing Committee, or the Municipal Association of South Carolina, you are also a member and you don't have to fill out that form. But let's get to everyone's favorite part, which is the benefits. So this is a contractor funded program, so it's absolutely free for members to join. You don't have to pay fees to join. We also have amazing soft cost savings, which include all the time that we take to do that compliance research for you, so you don't have to, which I would like to say also saves you a migraine. Am I right? And we also cover all state statute requirements for competitive bids, and we have a repository for all of those solicitation documents. So if you happen to need them because you get audited or anything like that, we have those. We can give those to you. Super easy. It what differentiates us from a lot of other cooperatives. If you have any questions afterwards, like specifically for maybe our procurement services or about the program, about membership, these are some very important contacts. Ms. Awandra James is our procurement services lead. Ms. Marlena Mack, who unfortunately is not on the call, is our customer relations liaison. She has all of the answers to all of our questions about cooperative when we go to her, honestly. And then if you have any questions about membership and joining, Ms. Stephanie Huey is always available to answer any of those. But that is it. As Joshua said earlier, this is our schedule for today. First, we will have AED one-stop shop, Dako fire equipment, and then fire decks. But that's it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down and kick it back off to Josh.
All right, Nicolette, that was wonderful as always. As Nicolette just said, first up we have AED One Stop Shop with Ms. Carol Ann Silver presenting. Ms. Carol, are you ready to present for us?
I sure am.
All right, take it away, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Carol Ann Silver. I'm with AED One Stop Shop, and I'm here today to introduce to you the latest offering from Stryker Medical called Lifepak Cr2 AED. But before I go into that amazing device, I wanted to share with you why it's so important to have AEDs in the workplace. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 killer in the US. Did you know that SCA and a heart attack are not the same thing? Heart attacks are more of a plumbing problem, clogged arteries. SCA is an electrical problem. When SCA happens, there's a sudden misfire between the brain and the heart. The heart then begins to tremor and it is not pumping oxygen-rich blood to the brain, lung, and other vital organs. The longer a victim goes without treatment, there's a higher chance of them not recovering. SCA kills more people than cancer and car crashes. It can happen to anyone, anywhere, and at any age. That's why it's so important to have public access to AEDs. The American Heart Association recommends 3 minutes from drop to shock. What that means is when a victim falls unconscious, there should only be 3 minutes that goes by before CPR has begun and an AED is hooked up and ready to go. Every minute that goes by, the chance of survival goes down by 10%. AEDs are easy to use and are very safe. They will not give a shock unless the heart rhythm determines a shock is needed. AEDs nowadays have newer technology with amazing visual and verbal prompts that are designed to help the lay user during a rescue, as I will demonstrate now. All right, let me stop sharing. Give me a quick second. Okay. So here is the Lifepak Cr2. It has the fastest shock time in the industry. It has clear voice technology that detects noise and automatically adjusts the volume on the device to better hear prompts. There's a pediatric toggle, which allows you to go from adult to pediatric mode without the need to change electrode pads. There's a metronome CPR coaching, and there's also continuous CPR. This device has Wi-Fi capabilities for self-monitoring, which pairs perfectly with the LifeLink Central, which is an AED program management. It has a high tolerance to wind and dust. The CR2 also has a 4-year pad and battery replacement schedule, making the cost of ownership very low over time. It also has an 8-year warranty. So as you can see, the CR2 is very lightweight and compact. When the lid is lifted, the device automatically powers up. There's no need to press a power button. Let's hear some of the prompts.
Adult mode. Remove all clothing from patient's chest. Pull red handle to reveal pads. Look at pictures on pads. Apply pads to bare skin exactly as shown in the pictures. Press pads firmly.
As you can see, the CR2 has amazing color-coded visuals that shows the rescuer exactly where to place each pad. The pads will then analyze the heart rhythm and determine if a shock is needed. Depending on which device you have, the CR2 will give a shock automatically, or it will instruct you to press the shock button. The CR2 will instruct everyone to not touch the patient before a shock is given. There are also 2 other buttons at the top. One is the bilingual button. When pressed, it will automatically switch the device to Spanish prompts. The other button is the pediatric toggle button, which will switch the CR2 into pediatric mode. The CR2 will then adjust the energy level appropriate for a pediatric victim. The CR2 electrode pads can be used for both adults and pediatrics, so there's no need to purchase separate pediatric pads. This is a huge money saver on consumables such as pads and batteries. This is just a quick demo to introduce you to the new CR2 from Stryker. But as you can see, this device is compact, it's durable, very easy to use, and most importantly, it's safe and reliable. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Carol Ann Silver with AED One Stop Shop.
Wow, Carol, thank you for that demonstration. I had no idea that, I guess that would be the defibrillator. They have come so far with technology.
They absolutely have. It's amazing the devices that have been created over the last couple years. Super easy to use, very safe.
All right, we'll give her a round of applause, y'all. All right, next we have Mr. Wesley Dobbmeyer with Dako. Wesley, are you ready, good sir?
Sorry about all the technical glitches, you know, like you was talking about Superman wear capes. I've got 48 of them behind this door, and I'm not a technical type of a guy. So, but anyways, yeah, Dako Fire Equipment was, it's been family owned, and it started in 1962. And if y'all want to go ahead and forward the slide. And like Joshua was saying, he was asking about, you know, Ed Bean, we do fire apparatus and ambulances, but on the other side of our business, we do a lot of fire and safety equipment. We actually sell for probably closer to 200 vendors. We do everything from PPE to thermal imaging cameras to fire hoses, hand tools, nozzles, flashlights, fan, you name it, and we probably sell it. Go ahead. One of the things that we do quite a bit of is SCBAs, and that stands for self-contained breathing apparatus. We're the Draeger dealer for Texas. We got mobile service and training. We also do gas detection, thermal imaging cameras, air purifying respirators. So anything in like the breathing equipment world, we can handle it. If you go ahead and fast forward. Rescue tools. We're an AMCUS dealer for Texas and New Mexico. And even though that we're a dealer for Texas and New Mexico, these companies like Draeger and AMCUS, they have a nationwide contract with HGAC. And but I help with them sometimes whenever they're putting together some of their packages for the nationwide contracts and stuff like that. And we all work together through the HGAC contracts to help everybody in the United States. But Rescue Tools is one of the businesses that we're big into as well. Jaws of Life, y'all have heard of that, so we do that as well. Go ahead, please. PPE equipment, we're a Lion dealer as well. Lion, it's known throughout the United States. It's a large manufacturer for turnout gear. The big thing in the turnout world is the carcinogens that they're trying to keep out of exposure to the firemen while they're wearing these clothes. I know you have someone with FireDecks that's coming up. He'll probably get into some of that as well. But we're a dealer for this manufacturer. Go ahead. Along with Viking, you know, they manufacture the PPE equipment as well. And believe it or not, Viking, they're also the ones that own the Viking cruise ships. I found that out here not too long ago. So I thought that was kind of a little side bit of information. But they manufacture their own brand of turnout gear, and we just happen to be a dealer for it. And they are on the HGAC contract nationwide. So go ahead. And service, like we were talking about, that's just like the view of like my office. And like I said, we do fire apparatus, ambulances. We worked on them. We got EVT certified technicians and, you know, different services that we provide in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. So go ahead. And that's about it for like my presentation. I know it's not as robust and as good as what Carol's was, but you know, my name's Wes Dobbmeyer, Dako Fire Equipment. There's my contact information. I can be reached on that 800 number. So if y'all need, feel free to call. We'll get you hooked up. Thank you.
Wes, we appreciate that. Give yourself some credit, sir. That was actually really entertaining, and in spite of the technical difficulties, yeah, we enjoyed that. Y'all give Wes a round of applause, y'all. All right, last but not least, we have Mr. Kelly Bargwig with FireDecks.
Quick unmute myself and test the volume. Are we good?
We can hear you. It's a little low, but we can hear you.
I can fix that. How's that? A little better?
That's better.
Very good. My name is Kelly Barwig. I'm the regional manager for Texas and Louisiana for FireDecks. I'm very pleased to be here this morning and I appreciate the time with everybody. I'll be brief. I know we only have a few minutes here, so I'll get right to the slide. Let me share this with y'all.
And we can see that.
How about that?
Yes, sir. We can see it.
All right, quick overview. Firedex. Firedex is family owned. The manufacturing facility is located in Medina, Ohio. We have several others I'll get to here in a minute. Firedex, our mission has always been to serve those who serve, especially in the fields of EMS, fire. And as a first responder myself, a quick bio is spent a majority of my life in the fire service, 26 years. 34 years as a licensed paramedic here in the state of Texas, as well as a flight paramedic for a large paramedical outfit in Fort Worth and an investigator for the state. Came to Firedex here several years ago, and I really enjoy the mission, but more importantly, the long-term vision to become one of the worldwide leaders in personal protective equipment. I believe we, along with manufacturers, Mr. Dobbmeyer described earlier with Viking and Lion, we are one of the youngest manufacturers of PPE in the U.S. We are located again in Ohio, but we also have freestanding facilities for manufacturing in Pelham, Georgia. We are also owned by a family. Family's owned this since 1984. Mr. Burke, his daughters Lauren and Taylor, recently elevated to the president of sales and president of Gear Wash. Gear Wash is one of our ISPs located in Milwaukee. These individuals are managed by Mr. Steve. Oh, sorry, I'm having a moment. Our CEO is Steve, our CEO, and our president of sales, Jeff Colito, have just been elevated as well, and they continue to move forward at a rapid pace. The truth is, Firedex is one of the fastest growing PPE companies on the planet, at least in North America. This is our home facility in Medina, Ohio. It's about, well, I think it's a little larger than 55,000 square feet of inventory and manufacturing. Here we manufacture our line of PPE for FXR, which is a premium line of turnouts in the fire service. Our facilities in Pelham, Georgia and Aguascalientes, Mexico also are manufacturing facilities for our FXM line, our line of hoods, gloves, boots, and most importantly, everything south of the border that handles Central and South America is going to be manufactured there in Mexico. We own 3 or 4 ISPs now. We just purchased a new one in Memphis. Our ISPs are those individuals that service, care, and maintenance PPE all over North America. They're located in Milwaukee, Hudson, Florida, Las Vegas, and now in Memphis. Our PPE line is head to toe. Of course, that's the helmet, hoods, gloves, the turnout gear, as well as boots. And then we have an alternative line of PPE that is single layer. That single layer extrication line is also EMS and extrication and wildland related.
Well, I'll get that email over to you here in a few, and a copy of that invoice. And if you can work.
Thank you. Our long-term line for our FXR, FXM, standard and deluxe sets, as well as FXC. Most of those are manufactured inside the confines of the United States. FXC and our FXM value spec in the middle are manufactured in Mexico, and that handles the majority of our Central and South American market. Here's the complete line of our catalog. So along with the turnout gear that you saw in the previous slide, we also manufacture the gloves in Mexico and the United States, as well as the hoods. Our single layers down to the bottom left, and then the wildland apparel in the upper right. Firedex owns its own proprietary material called TechGen. TechGen was purchased by Mr. Burke in was purchased by Mr. Burke in 2012. He purchased the company in 1984. What he didn't realize is that he had this material on hand that was it was a gift for the fire service. Nobody realized that the fire retardant properties of TechGen was what it was at the time, and it was redesigned into a single layer set that we know now as TechGen 51 for wildland and extrication, and TechGen 71 as an outer shell for a majority of the turnout lines that we produce today. You can reach me anytime on my phone number here below, 830-955-6248. My email is kellyvarwig@firedex.com. And you can go to the web anytime and go to firedex.com. We have a complete line of information there for you to download. And if you have any questions or concerns, you're always welcome to reach out to me. I apologize for the mishap earlier. I was getting feedback in my ears. The president of the company is Steve Allison. He's been with the company some 27 years. And the president of sales and operations, Jeff Colito. That's it for me. I really appreciate your time, though.